2. One local food pantry braces to continue its community service, and an event in Joplin aims to educate the public on emerging drug trends. KOAM News at 10 next.
The standoff on Capitol Hill continues on day 6 of the government shutdown. I'm Erica Brown with more on the federal funding battle and new polling on who Americans blame.
As the government shutdown continues, one local food pantry is working to meet the demand. I'm Blake Gully, and I'll have that story coming up.
And an event in Joplin aims to teach the public about the dangers of growing drug trends.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Democrats and Republicans continue to blame each other as the government shutdown stretches into week 2. This is KOAM News. I'm Anthony Saviello. And as Erica Brown reports, there appears to be no sign of movement from either side.
Affirmative. The motion is not agreed to.
The Senate reconvened Monday to vote once again on Republican and Democratic measures to reopen the government, but both proposals failed to advance. The White House has blamed Democrats and warns of mass firings of federal workers if the government shutdown continues. But President Trump suggested a deal was still possible.
We are speaking with the Democrats, and some very good things could happen with respect to health care.
Senate Democrats returned to Washington ready to negotiate. We're ready to work with Republicans to reopen the government.
Democrats are holding out for extending Affordable Care Act tax credits expiring this year and rollbacks to Medicaid cuts. But Republicans insist the shutdown needs to end first by passing a short-term spending bill. Speaker Mike Johnson canceled plans for the House to return to Washington this week in an effort to put pressure on the Senate to pass a spending bill. Hundreds of thousands of federal workers remain furloughed during the shutdown, with some essential employees like military personnel and air traffic controllers working without pay. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy warned air service to some communities could be impacted.
That money runs out this Sunday, so there's many small communities across the country that will now no longer have the resources to make sure they have air service in their community.
A new CBS News poll shows 39% of Americans blame President Trump and congressional Republicans for the shutdown. 30% blame Democrats and 31% blame both equally. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Experts say a food aid program that helps low-income mothers and young children will run out of federal money within 2 weeks if the government shutdown doesn't end. One Joplin food pantry is preparing for an increase in families needing help. KOAM's Blake Gully shows us how Souls Harbor is ready to meet that growing demand.
Over the last few months, Souls Harbor has seen more families turning to them for help. And leaders here say many of those families aren't unemployed. They are working, but with federal cuts and rising costs, they can't make ends meet.
We just did our numbers, and 82% of the people that we serve from our food pantry are people who are in homes that do have jobs, that are going out there. They just can't make ends meet because of all the bills that they have going on now, the food stamp cuts. All of that's been going on has caused such a burden that now to keep them in their homes, they do need that extra help.
The shelves here at Souls Harbor are full for now, but as more families seek assistance, they'll be empty again soon.
Over the last few months, they've already been cutting back on the food stamps, and so now we have the WIC program as well. And so we've been adding 20 to 50 new families every single week. So, and this has gone on for a couple, 3 months now. So yeah, the load here is getting extremely heavy.
As food pantries try to keep shelves stocked, local federal agencies are operating with limited resources during the shutdown. Peyton Kessler with the Cherokee County Health Department says, without NSA for staffing, no new benefits can be issued, but benefits that have already been issued onto a participant's card will remain available and redeemable as long as food funds are still available. As the shutdown continues, local agencies say they'll keep providing updates as new information comes down from Washington. Reported in the 4 states, Blake Gully, KOAM News.
Souls Harbor says the shelves will keep getting restocked thanks to community donations, and they're asking anyone who can lend a hand. For more details, you can visit our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, let's go ahead and check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty for a first look at weather.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a warm one for us again today. High temps into the mid 80s. We've been in this really stretch for about the past 10 days, but we do have some changes moving in. Cold front is passing through, so that means we are going to cool down a bit as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday. We're talking about 70s instead of mid to upper 80s. Also a few showers trying to get in here by the morning hours. Rain chances again as we get into Friday. Most of the rain through the evening hours have been kind of out just west of our region. These are going to die down as they push through tonight, and then we'll see a few additional showers trying to get going as we get into the morning hours tomorrow. Let me take you into Tuesday morning here, 6 a.m. Scattered showers, maybe a couple rumbles of thunder, working southeast, but at the same time kind of falling apart. But we are going to have scattered showers out there. We'll talk more details about that here in a bit.
Doug, thanks. Well, the suspect in a fatal 2023 bar shooting in Pittsburgh learns his fate today. The incident happened on a Sunday morning back in August of 2023. Authorities responded around 1:15 to a reported shooting. On scene, they discovered Justin Krogan of Pittsburgh had been shot outside of a local bar and died from his injuries. The suspect, Jamon Allen, was arrested nearly 4 months later in Arkansas. At the time, Allen was extradited to Crawford County Jail. He had originally been charged with murder in the first degree, but in June, Allen accepted a plea bargain which dropped the murder one charge. Today, a Crawford County judge sentenced the Pine Bluff man to 10.5 years in prison for voluntary manslaughter, aggravated battery, and aggravated assault. Allen was also ordered to pay $7,500 in restitution and register upon his release as a violent offender. The Alliance of Southwest Missouri hosted a free community event aimed at educating the public on emerging drug trends and strategies to prevent harm amid a shifting drug culture. Attendees were provided with valuable resources, refreshments, and opportunities to engage with local organizations dedicated to substance abuse prevention. A panel of professionals answered common questions before engaging with the audience through a Q&A session. Organizers hope attendees leave with a deeper compassion for those affected by drug issues and an increased awareness of available local resources.
I hope that they learn something new. I hope that they leave here with the feeling of, of compassion and understanding. The stigma around drug use is lowered, that we're not looking at someone and judging them without knowing their full story. And I hope that they come away with knowing how they can help and be involved.
Folks were also given a presentation on different types of drugs, marijuana, kratom, and xylazine, and how they're made. A vacant lot will turn into a Veterans Memorial. Coming up, we'll take you to West Mineral to see how the community pulls together to pull this memorial off. But up first, Missouri veterans who served in Iraq and Afghanistan now have a memorial dedicated to their service. A new obelisk is being built at the Missouri Veterans Memorial to honor vets who served in the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. It will stand alongside the 8 other obelisks on the Veterans Walk. Luca Taranhanen has more.
The Veterans Walk next to Jefferson City's Capitol building is erecting a new obelisk. This one will recognize those who served in the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Jamie Melchert is one of the many veterans this obelisk is honoring.
It's very touching that we are going to have a monument to the men and women that I served with.
Serving in the Missouri Army National Guard, Melchert was deployed to Iraq from 2005 to 2006 as first lieutenant in the 1035 Maintenance Company. In Afghanistan, he was in the 1138 Transportation Company from 2011 to 2012. There, he initially served as captain before being promoted to the rank of major.
Those members that I deployed with to Iraq and to Afghanistan were willing to give everything they had.
The Missouri Veterans Commission pushed for this project, which Missouri's General Assembly approved.
To not have an obelisk up there for Iraq and Afghanistan would be a serious miscarriage of what is right and just.
The Office of Administration is overseeing the obelisk's construction.
As a veteran myself, I know it's really important for that service to be memorialized.
The obelisk will read Wars in Iraq and Afghanistan and have the dates 2001 to 2021. The Veterans Walk holds 8 other obelisks. That's one for every armed conflict Missourians have served in since the Mexican-American War.
They each represent the sacrifices made by our veterans for our nation.
Melchert wants visitors to the new obelisk to think about those in their communities who served.
I guarantee you it's going to be, there's someone in your neighborhood, that someone in your community that served in Iraq, Afghanistan.
Melchert also hopes visitors recognize the sacrifices these veterans made for our country. For him, it's an honor to be recognized alongside those he served with.
A lot of Missourians have served in Iraq and Afghanistan, so I'm proud to just be one of them.
The project has a $157,000 budget and is expected to be completed by the end of the month. Beginning this year, the community of West Mineral has been turning a bare lot into a Veterans Memorial Park, funded entirely by donations and grants. So far, a swing set and an ADA picnic table have been installed, with more equipment expected in the coming weeks. Plans include bathrooms, a bike rack, a slide, tetherball, grills, and a walking trail just across the street. The plan is also to add community shelter. When funds become available, anyone interested can donate to the project at Labette Bank. Doug returns with a complete look at your forecast. And a little later, a young Missouri girl tries to turn life's lemons into a fundraiser for medical treatment. Her story coming up.
Well, of course, another warm one for us today. A long stretch of 80s over the past about 10 days, but we do have a cold front which is going to be working in as we go through really the overnight hours tonight. Now, with this front, there is a little bit of moisture, not a lot, but a little bit. You can see some scattered showers, a couple rumbles of thunder. This has mainly been out along the I-35 corridor, really through the evening hours, and not much is going to press east as we go through the rest of the evening into the overnight hours. So let me take you into Tuesday morning. Scattered showers, a couple thunderstorms start to pop back up again. This batch is going to dive southeast as we go through the morning hours. The problem is it's also going to fall apart as it does so. So starting the day, scattered showers, kind of driving east, Fort Scott, Pittsburgh, Nevada, Lamar, maybe a couple get into the Joplin area, but mainly along the north of I-44. And then once we get the late morning to the noon hour, they're gone. We just have clouds, but those clouds will keep our temperatures down. A little bit of sunshine during the afternoon, but I think our high temps significantly cooler, probably 73-ish on average across the region. So right about where we should be for this time of the year. Look at this, light northeasterly wind tomorrow night. Temperatures plummet all the way down into lower 50s, so a really crisp start on your Wednesday. Wednesday looks pretty good. Mostly sunny skies, temps mid-70s, right where we should be for this time of the year. And then it gets kind of cool again as we go Wednesday night into Thursday morning, right back down into low to mid 50s. All right, Dave, well, actually rain chances. Again, it's going to be very scattered, mainly along the north of I-44. Some of these showers may be upwards to about a tenth of an inch, and that should be about it. 63 to start, 70 by noon. High temp on your Tuesday. Let's go 73 degrees. Let's go upstairs in the atmosphere. So we're looking at 500 millibars of pressure. What that means to you, about 18,000 feet. Have this ridge right on top of us. A wave rotates around the ridge on Friday, giving us some chances to get a few showers back in here again. Now on Thursday, I think it's going to be dry, a little bit warmer. Look at the winds. They start to crank back out of the south. So we should warm up near 80, and then a weak little wave kind of tracks through Friday morning. So this will give us some light showers kind of pushing through. Then Friday afternoon looks good. Let's go into your weekend because we start to heat back up. We go into the mid 80s Saturday. We go into the upper 80s by the time Sunday rolls around. Of course, the leaves starting to change just a little bit. We're going to see this trend. And if we go into here in about 2 weeks, we're going to be in our partial peak, and then we should peak foliage-wise here right at the end of the month. So a lot of changes over the next few weeks. All right, let's go 73 on Tuesday, 78 Wednesday, 80 Thursday, 82 Friday. Mid to upper 80s by the weekend. Rain chances again next week.
Thanks, Doug. Well, the Midwest Trumpet Festival returned to Pitt State University for its 15th year. The past 2 days, students and educators from middle schools, high schools, and colleges gathered to showcase their trumpet playing skills and give each other feedback. The educators hope that the younger students leave inspired to continue their musical pursuits.
Sometimes trumpet players get a bad rap for being very egocentric, and I don't get that sense here at the Midwest Trumpet Festival. It's very, there's a collaborative spirit that happens with all of us that are here, whether they're students or teachers or our guest artists that come in.
The festival's featured guest was William Leathers, who is the principal trumpet for the Nashville Symphony Orchestra in Tennessee. Throughout the day, he heard several Pitt State students perform and gave them tips for improving. Well, if you're looking for even more fun fall events right here in the 4 states, but don't know where to turn, we've got you covered. Just scan this handy QR code right here in the middle of your screen. It'll take you to our events page on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. You'll find information on all kinds of family fun events, including fall festivals, some scary haunted houses, some not so scary. That's the events page at KOAMnewsnow.com. Still ahead, the vote is on Friday Night Football's performance of the week, and the Kansas City Chiefs look to get above 500 for the first time this season. Well, Ben McLeish has an update for us on that coming up in sports.
The Kansas City Chiefs square off with the Jacksonville Jaguars at Everbank Stadium for Monday Night Football, and Andy Reid's squad has a big opportunity in primetime. Yesterday, Kansas City got to sit back and watch the Chargers blow a lead to the Washington Commanders, LA's second straight loss. And that means that the Chiefs, after starting 0-2, can enter a three-way tie for first place in the AFC West at 3-2. What a turn of events for Kansas City. Just 3 weeks ago, it looked like Patrick Mahomes and the crew would be facing an uphill battle the whole season. Now in week 5, they can already get even with a win over the Jaguars. The Chargers still hold the tiebreaker over Kansas City, but the Chiefs can fix that as they have one more game against Los Angeles. To say the least, it's been a great 2-week stretch for the Chiefs, and now they have the chance to add the cherry on top with a win tonight. But the Chiefs can't get it done. Not a great week 5 for them. They fall to the Jaguars 31-28 on a last-minute touchdown run by Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence's lineman tripped him. He fell to the ground and got back up before anyone touched him and ran into the end zone to put the Jaguars up by 3 with only 23 seconds remaining. Patrick Mahomes and company couldn't pull the miracle in the final seconds, and Andy Reid loses his first ever game to Jacksonville. It's the Chiefs' first loss to the Jags since 2009. And instead of being 3-2 and tied for first in the AFC West, the Chiefs are back below 500. They've still got some work to do, and they've got a tough game coming up next week against the Lions. Well, although the weather doesn't seem to realize it yet, October is officially here, which means playoff baseball is upon us. Tonight, the remaining 4 National League teams square off in the division series. The Philadelphia Phillies take on the Los Angeles Dodgers, and for the second straight game, the Dodgers come out on top. Philly was down 4 runs in the 8th, but rallied to make it a 1-run game. They had the tying run on second with nobody out in the 9th, but it couldn't bring him home, and suddenly the Phillies are facing elimination. They'll need to win 3 in a row to keep their season alive, and they'll have to win the first 2 at Dodger Stadium. Meanwhile, the Brewers and Cubs are dueling it out as we speak. Milwaukee currently leading Chicago 7-3. They can also take a 2-game lead with a win tonight. Well, every Friday night during Press Box, we ask our viewers to vote on who they think dominated on the field. Today, the vote is in. Carthage quarterback Zane Browning gets the nod for his performance against Joplin. Browning led the Tiger offense to 28 points and, most importantly, the win. Carthage is off to a 5-1 start with Browning at the helm. But if you want to join in on the fun, you can cast your vote every weekend on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com/pigskin.
Just a few more days, we got another thing of Friday Night Football, Press Box, and another vote coming up. So looking forward to that.
It's football season, baby.
Yeah, it is. We'll be right back.
A lot of clouds sticking around for us tonight. Could get a couple random showers in here late into Tuesday morning. A much cooler day tomorrow, but actually where we should be for this time of the year. 73 for a high, 78 Wednesday, 80 on Thursday. Pretty good stretch of temperatures all week long. We could get a few showers trying to get back in here by Friday morning.
Doug, thanks. A pop-up lemonade stand may not be a rare sight for most. However, a young girl in Wentzville, Missouri is using this common business practice to help pay for her own stem cell treatment. Reagan DeTrolio has her story.
I want to be able to walk again. What does that mean to you?
Well,
to actually do it. I've been trying to accomplish it a long time. So it just makes me really happy.
12-and-a-half-year-old Ella Schaflitzel has almost always been confined to this wheelchair. Her mom, Ashley, says Ella was born extremely early and as a result diagnosed with cerebral palsy.
She's had a spinal surgery at Children's, she's had a hip surgery at Children's, she's had another hip surgery at Children's where they've actually worked on her hips to correct her hip dysplasia. She spends a lot of time in therapy.
And the stem cell transfusions Ella needs aren't cheap.
It costs, just for the procedure alone, is $15,000. And then you can get more than one, so our hope is to get more than one if she were to need it, and then get her the best therapies afterwards as well.
This local barbershop here in Wentzville heard about Ella's story online, and now, as you can see, they're helping her host this lemonade stand. Each cup sold can make a difference in Ella's life.
They're helping me get enough money so I can get a stem cell transplant, which could help me walk in 3 to 6 months.
What we do raise, we're going to put to the things she needs, whether it be another transfusion, whether it needs to be more therapy. At some point, we'll probably need to get her new medical equipment. She is in a wheelchair right now, but she might. My hope is she'll get to move on to canes and then hopefully nothing at all.
Ella's family says their community has been a tremendous help throughout this tiring medical journey.
I know people are supporting me even if I don't know them.
Yeah, bad day for the Chiefs and Chiefs Kingdom, yeah?
Yeah, we talked about it all weekend. The Chiefs haven't lost to this team in a while.
Yeah.
But streaks are broken. They were broken tonight, and Patrick Mahomes looked great. The defense gave up 31 points, and they gave up 24 points, but still didn't go their way.
No, it didn't. Speaking of Chiefs, what are your thoughts on the new Taylor Swift album?
Well, I thought...
Yeah, no, that's great. Anyway, that's our time for now. Have a great night.